Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again, where I got 6 comics today. Nice daytime trip. Look at that sunshine behind me. $3 comics and 3 full-price comics. But first, we'll show you a little few freebies I got. Look at that. A Marvel's X bookmark. All these library books I've been getting. These bookmarks have been coming in handy. Then we got the Marvel marketing department was quite clever with their Iron Man 2020 calendar for 2020. Let's see what we got here. Ads. Where's the calendar? Miles Morales Spider-Man. He's not Iron Man 2020. Neither is Captain Marvel. I'm beginning to think this calendar has nothing to do with Iron Man 2020. But, you know, what the heck. Matter of fact, I think they gave us this same calendar without the Iron Man 2020. I vaguely remember a calendar with some of these pieces on them. Could be completely different pieces. What do I know? And then we have Comic Shop News. Let's see what we got here. It's like a whole page of something. F. Paul Wilson's Repairman Jack Scar Lip Redo. Alright. Repairman Jack, the fix is in at Dynamite. I've never heard of Repairman Jack, have you? And the rest of the stuff we got in here is comic book stuff. Looks like we got some little previews of what's going on. Ooh, the Mark of Cain. I wonder if that's going to be a $1 book. Oh no, it's an omnibus. Solomon Kane, the original Marvel Years omnibus. Who's been asking for a Mark of Cain omnibus? I don't know, but you're getting one now. Be excited if you're a Solomon Kane fan. We'll start you off with the dollar books. We actually got a DC dollar book this week. Little Brave and the Bold, Batman and Catwoman. Let's see what it did. They don't give you the original cover in the back like Marvel does. I don't think. So whatever this is. A little Joe Staton, right? Alan Brennert and Joe Staton. Brave and the Bold 197. Pardon me, they tell you on the cover. I didn't see that little 197 up there. I think it's the first appearance of, I don't know, someone, something. Must be the Scarecrow. He's on the cover. But finally, DC got a $1 comic slipped in. Then we've got True Believers Bushman. This is Moon Knight #1. Yeah, then Marvel gives us the original cover on the back. Which I still have this Moon Knight #1 in my collection. I haven't looked at it in 30 years. But now we've got a fresh new printing of it. This is Bill Sienkiewicz during his Neil Adams phase. I think Doug Mensch was writing this, if memory serves. Let's see, let's flip to the beginning. Doug Mensch, Bill Sienkiewicz. Wait, Bill had some inkers on him? Let me see here. Bill and Frankie S. Was Frankie S. his wife or something? But I'll read that one after all these years in a fresh new printing. We'll see how it is. And then we've got True Believers, Masters of Evil. I think this is an old Kirby Avengers. Oh, Avengers #6. There we go. Is this Kirby and Ayers it would be? Oh, Kirby and Chick Stone. Written by Stan Lee. I think I read Avengers #6, but it's been many, many years. It's been so long that I don't remember anything about Avengers #6. If I did read, I don't think I read Avengers. Now, looking at this picture right here of the Black Knight, I'm like, I don't remember that picture, but I don't. So maybe I never read Avengers #6. Who knows? but we'll be reading it now. Now on to the new stuff. We've got Trees, 3 Fates, number 5. I don't know if this is the last issue or the second to last issue. I'm going to look in the back and see if I can see it to be continued. Oh, looks like this might be the last issue. I looked in the back and it was just a picture with no to be continued on it. No letters page or anything. Oh, looks like we got a shootout going on. I still don't know why this is a Trees book. The trees don't seem to have anything to do with the story. It's just a story that takes place in this end-of-the-line Russian town where weird things happen. Like it could have been a magical unicorn that made this stuff happen as much as the trees. At least in the first series, the trees were kind of important. This series, the trees don't seem to matter at all. But that's all right. 20XX. I very much enjoyed the first issue of this. Lauren Keeley and Jonathan Luna. I wasn't that big a fan of Luna's last series, though I bought it all. But this one has been really cool. There's some death and destruction at the end. This takes place during a worldwide pandemic. Worldwide pandemic where you only have a 1% chance of survival, or less than 1%. It's like 180 million people worldwide have been killed, or some huge number like that. But if you're one of the people who does survive, you get some kind of telekinetic powers, and you're outlawed from using these powers. So the story is about this society, and our main character in the first issue just survived this disease, so now she's trying to figure out what to do with herself and with these telekinetic powers, and she looked for her cousin who also survived and got involved with these like, if you survive, you're an outcast and you're almost automatically an outlaw. So the sort of outcast people are trying to put their lives together, and some of them are involved in crime, and that's what this is about. So we're going on the journey with her to try and see how she's going to survive this new world and her new powers. And then the last thing we had is a number 1 issue, White Ash. And it was actually Comic Shop News that sold me White Ash, because I saw this in the Comic Shop News. If you read the description, kind of like the artwork. I said, you know what, I'll pick up the first issue of that. I must say, I really like, it's heavy. I really like this paper. Can't remember what it was about, except there was a big secret twist at the end that they didn't want you to know about. It's like, you know, Lord of the Rings meets something. There was, I'm not even saying Lord. Whatever it was in that preview convinced me to give it a try. And I kind of like this cover. The giant tree. Which I assume is a white ash tree. I don't know trees from trees. And then, let me show you I got a couple of library books again. Oh, first let me show... I showed you this one a couple weeks ago, but this has been really good. The Mammoth Book of Best Crime Comics. Really good stuff. Bernie Krigstein. This Secret Agent X9 by, what's his name? Hold on. Secret Agent X9 by Dashiell Hammett and Alex Raymond. It was a comic strip. I've never read Secret Agent X9 before. Lots of other people have done it, but these are the original ones to do it. It's really good. I mean, the Jack Cole stuff. There's some Jacques Tardy stuff in here. This is just has... Often when I see books like this, rather than like Best Crime Comics, it's like Best Crime Comics we had the rights to. But this, I gotta say, is some of the best crime comics. I was more impressed with this than I thought I'd be. I'm still not finished with it, as with a bunch of the other ones I'm still reading, but I got a couple of new ones out. I picked up Daytripper from the library, Fabio Moon and Gabriel Ba, and a lot of people like this on YouTube. Who was it? Ghost Critic, I think, is one of his favorites. And I just saw the comic book Estate. It made it on his best of the decade lists. And so I figured I'd give it a read. And I actually read the first issue digitally. Well, I think I did. I don't even know if I finished it. So it's funny because if I'm like on the train commuting in to New York City, I can read on my iPad digitally, okay? Comic book here, you know? But when I'm like sitting in my chair at home, I just get so distracted. I just can't read digitally that way. And I actually borrowed this from Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you can borrow certain comics. So I borrowed this one. I don't even know if I made it through the first issue, but it was just because I couldn't stand to read it digitally. So now I'm going to read it as a paper copy. And another one that same thing happened with is Mr. Miracle. I read the first issue of this digitally. Really didn't do anything for me. I wasn't enjoying reading it digitally. I'm not even expecting to like Mr. Miracle just because I didn't like that first issue that much. But so many people have enjoyed this that I'm like, you know what? I'll take it out of the library. I'll give it a try. It doesn't cost me anything. I'm much more willing to, try stuff when it doesn't cost me anything. So they're really going with a 9-panel grid on this. So we'll see what this one is like. All right, now let me give you a little look at some artwork. I was doing another big ink drawing, which, look, is getting wiped out by this sunbeam. So we'll have to pick it up. I just finished this one when 1/3/2020. I wanted to do some big drawings again. There we go. Now you can see it. This is my side-eye one. Looks like we got a big figure here that's all graphic, weird, patterned out. And we got these two over here. We got that guy giving us the side-eye. And that. See, my figures are, sometimes they're, like these two here are kind of androgynous. But I think of that as a her and that as a him. No real reason why. You could think of them any way you want, but kind of that's how they ended up in my brain when I look at them. But here, yeah, another. I haven't done any of these big ink drawings since May, so I was happy to get another one done. It was kind of fun. All right, you guys have a good week out there.